Have you ever wondered that no matter how hard you try, that your efforts in your relationships or friendships are not recognized? Or maybe you have trust issues, or you have been always a giver and nothing comes or gets reciprocated. If these are some of the patterns you're dealing with, and if you're finding no answer as to why this is happening, so maybe this video is actually for you. But before I dive deep into why of this behavior and the patterns that you have, let us understand from where this is coming. This is basically something which we call as inner child issues. And what is an inner child? Inner child is basically a part of us which during our growing stages had to either manipulate or adapt to certain expectations and conditioning from the family. And unfortunately, most of those expectations or perceptions of the child wasn't really conducive to a joyful, happy growing up stage. The inner child is a part of us who didn't know how to fit in and did its best to actually fit into a place or emotionally unavailable environment just to feel safe. Now, what happens is whatever we have developed and however we have perceived life and how we felt about life and environment till the age 7 becomes very, very dominant in our behavior. And as adults, what happens is we use the same information and we repeat the same patterns. Nothing really changes till we work on the inner child. Now, there are few types of inner child, and maybe once I explain them, you will understand from where you are operating and which kind of inner child is actually determining your adult life. The first one is the rescuer. The child who felt that I need to help everyone and I need to put peace into everything. This is a child who grew up in a dysfunctional and emotionally violent environment and didn't know how else to put things together and feel safe. So decided I'm going to be the one who will bring the peace into the family. Now these children will grow up with having relationships and partners which are emotionally violent or unavailable. They pick up partners which are wounded, as a result of which they would always be trying to make peace and make them comfortable, and they would be giving more than it is required. The second type of inner child is the good child syndrome. Now, the good child is a person who believes that if I want to be loved and liked, I need to constantly behave well, be agreeable to whatever my environment has said. Now, what happens with these children is that they pick up partners or they get involved in situations where constantly they have to behave good, they have to agree even if they genuinely do not like or do not want that situation. If genuinely whatever is happening in the environment and whoever is their partner imposing things which are against their original principles, but they will keep discarding themselves in order to remain the good one in the relationship, because that was the message. Unless I behave well and I'm a good child, I'm not going to be loved and heard. Now the third inner child is the overachiever, the one who felt only heard and seen and recognized if he or she outperformed the other siblings and always got validation because of something he did, not because he simply was the child in the family. Maybe there were sibling competitions, or maybe the parents really expected too much from this child. So this child will continuously try to please people, will try to be the best it can. It would be a perfectionist, as a result of which he also would be procrastinating and almost will always swim between the oceans of wanting to achieve something and going back to the shore and to the comfort zone because of not being sure how much I can achieve. The overachiever will not do things unless he is very sure that the result would be perfect, for which he will get a validation. So these people usually actually let go of a lot of dreams, a lot of ambitions, and eventually become very unsatisfied in life because nothing is ever perfect. So the fourth inner child is the avoider. This is very, very common and unfortunately a lot in males than female. The avoider has learned that I need to be strong, and the only way to be strong is to not feel and not express, because if I feel and if I express, I would be called the weak one. So what happens is they learn in order to remain safe and in order to fit in, the only thing they can do is to keep avoiding conflict. So become escapist. They do not like confrontations. They will suppress emotions or really have a big outburst at some point, but they will not be able to communicate what they want. So as a result of which, they attract partners and situations which helps them person to actually suppress more emotions, helps them in a negative way by giving them too much of input which is negative, by creating too much of violence in the situation. But they will keep avoiding the conflict. And then these people are also the ones who usually in a relationship move away to a third party because they no more can handle the conflict, but they also cannot confront it. The fifth inner child is the enabler. Now, this one is also the people pleaser. This child has learned in the childhood that I need to facilitate everyone. I need to make sure everyone else is in a good space, everyone else is peaceful, because unless they are peaceful and they are doing well and there is harmony between all of them, I cannot feel safe. Now, this child grows up to be a people pleaser, and what happens is the adult self will constantly discard, disregard, and discount himself for the sake of other people's harmony, peace in the environment, and happiness, and then goes through burnout time and again, becomes emotionally a very messy person, but at the same time will never dare to talk about their emotions. They will always keep themselves at last, and usually that is when they break down. That is where they may ask for help. Usually these people do not even ask for any help and support because there was no one to do that, and they were the only ones who were supposed to do everything around. So they learn to keep to themselves and to never ask for help and support, and they go through a lot of emotional and mental burnout very early in life. So the last one, quite an interesting one, is the manipulator. Now, this child learned that if I cannot get love because I do not wish to behave well, I do not wish to fit in, but still I want the love. So the child learns, and also by watching the environment, the child on its own cannot learn. It is always mimicking someone in the environment. Learn that by hook or crook, I'm going to get love. By hook or crook, I'm going to get the attention. So they will manipulate emotionally. They will use anything under the sun, like, guilt, shame, blame game, victimhood, all of that to actually make the other person give them love and attention. At the end, they will always remain the victim, and the other party will always be the victimizer. These people continue to manipulate, but unfortunately, manipulators end up with more health issues, especially at a physical level, than any other inner child. And the adult self is always feeling like an imposter, extremely insecure, because deep down he knows that what I am doing is not right and I'm just manipulating the other person to achieve what I want, and one day my truth would be out. So they are highly nervous, very stressed, and they always worry that what if my truth comes. And the chain of manipulation, this vicious cycle, keeps going till they actually one day break down. This is how the inner child actually affect our adult life, and we don't understand why certain patterns are being repeated, but because this is what we learned in childhood. If this video has helped you, help me to reach out to more people so that I can bring them clarity. Share this video, like it, and subscribe to my channel.